It is time to tell you guys my top purchases of 2018. I know it's 2019, but I'm going to give you my top 5, and I have Dallas from Chaos Fragrances telling me his top 5, and that's a collection of shoes. Okay, here I am at my desk, my official workstation on the cruise ship. First of all, I want to say thank you to Dallas from Chaos Fragrances for joining me on this video. This is his first collaboration ever, which is crazy to me because he's been around for a while now. And we're going to alternate between our top 5 purchases of 2018. To be honest, I didn't have a ton of purchases because I was away for a lot of it, but the 5 that I've chosen are the standouts for me, and they are fragrances that I brought with me because that's how much I liked them. Kicking things off, I'm going to go with my number 5 purchase, Bleu de Chanel Parfum. The infamous Parfum extract concentration of Bleu de Chanel. Now, why is this on my top 5? Well, as a lot of you know, I do love Bleu de Chanel, especially the EDP. But on the cruise ship, I tend to wear fragrances indoors a lot. And the Parfum is one of the quintessential designer indoor fragrances that I've come across. It definitely has the Bleu de Chanel DNA to it, but almost no citrus. So it really is a smokier, more grown-up version of Bleu de Chanel. As a whole, I still think the EDP is a little more versatile for my use case, but on this cruise ship, I can't go wrong with this one. And the reason that I put it on the list at all is because of the savings that I got with this. Not only did I buy this duty-free, I also used my crew discounts. So that's why I call it one of my top 5 purchases of the entire year. Now let's go see what Dallas is up to on the Chaos Fragrance Station. I don't know if he calls it that.
Hey everybody, this is Dallas with Chaos Fragrances. Just want to give a big shout out to James for including me in this collaboration. We're going to be going over our 5 favorite fragrance buys of the year of 2018. So again, James, thank you so much for including me in this. This is actually my first collaboration I've ever done, and I've been doing fragrance reviews for just over a year now. So I'm really excited to be a part of this. So again, big thank you to you. And yeah, I guess we can go ahead and get this started. So my number 5 is going to be a fragrance from Maison Martin Margiela, or just Maison Margiela, whichever one they're going by now. And this one is Replica by The Fireplace. So this stuff is amazing. I picked this one up right around when fall started this year. I've been wanting it for a long time, and now I finally got it. I really enjoy this one a whole lot. It reminds me so much of the holidays. This is actually the one I wore on Christmas, just because it just reminds me of being by a fireplace. This is just a very cozy scent, and it's something that will remind me of the holidays and of spending time with family every time I smell it. So this is my number 5 favorite pickup of this year, Replica by The Fireplace.
Thank you, Dallas. Wonderful choice there, bud. My number 4 fragrance purchase of 2018 is no stranger to my channel, Acqua di Parma Cedro di Taormina. This is my 2nd bottle of Cedro di Taormina, and I'm already going through it like crazy. It's the big bottle as well. Cedro di Taormina just works for me. It has an amazing, unique opening, it lasts pretty long, and it's a wonderful citrus woody fragrance. That's kind of your quintessential fresh male fragrance. Although it is unisex, and I have seen it and smelt it on females, I like it on myself, and it has become one of my signature scents on the boat. It also matches the boat because it's all blue and aquatic and all that. I'm really happy to have it because it is just such an easy fragrance for me to wear, especially when I'm casually on the pool deck, outside. It really, really suits the environment really well, and I've gotten quite a few compliments while wearing it, which is always a plus, as we all know. So that's my number 4. How about you, Dallas?
So my number 4 favorite pickup is Reflection Man by Amouage. So this stuff, I got a sample of it right around when I first started with fragrances. I got one of those small little samples from Notino back when they were still around here in the US, and I smelled it and I was absolutely blown away. It was getting a lot of hype at that time, and I got that sample of it and it blew me away. And now, over a year later, I finally got around to picking up a bottle, and I'm very happy that I did. The stuff is Really, really, really nice stuff. It is a floral scent, so if you're not a fan of florals, you may not like it, but personally for me, I'm a huge fan of it. I love how it smells. It's a very soapy clean floral scent. Just smells amazing. This is the magnetic cap version, but it does fine for me. It performs good and it smells great. So this is my number 4 favorite pickup. Glad to finally have a bottle as Reflection Man.
I kind of wish you were from Dallas, Texas, because that'd be kind of, that would work. Dallas from Dallas.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
My number 3 purchase of 2018 may surprise you. Aventus for Her. Aventus for Her I purchased at the very beginning of the year, and I purchased it for a him. I bought it for myself because I was surprised how this fragrance performed. If you've seen my review on this, you will know that I'm a big fan of it. It's a fresh, fruity, floral fragrance that's musky as well, but it lasts so long for a fragrance of this type. It's really, really phenomenal stuff. It does what the original Aventus did, but for a more feminine nose palette. Although this is a fragrance I no longer wear for myself, I've gifted it to my lovely lady Leslie. And she wears the crap out of this, and I'm very pleased that she does, because it does smell quite delightful on her. At number 3, Aventus for Her. Take it away, D.
So my number 3 favorite pickup is Baccarat Rouge 540. So I got a sample of this one sometime over the summer, I believe it was. And again, it was another one that pretty much blew me away. The first couple times I smelled it, I wasn't too sure about it because it did have something that kind of put me off a little bit, and it's something that is very different, and it's not anything I've ever smelled before. But after I kept wearing that sample, I just started to fall in love with it, and now I picked up a couple partial bottles of it. So again, this stuff is absolutely amazing. One of my favorites. Really, really glad I have a bottle of it now. Because I wore it a lot. I even wore it a lot throughout the summer. Typically, you wouldn't really consider this much of a summer fragrance, but I still did it just because I love the scent. And again, yeah, just amazing stuff. That's my number 3, Baccarat Rouge 540.
Thanks, Dallas. Appreciate that. My number 2 purchase is Ormond Jane Montebaco Intensivo. Quite the name, quite the fragrance. Montebaco Intensivo is phenomenal. It is a fragrance that I got to sample when I got a huge sample gift set from Beverly Hills Perfumery. And Montebaco, the original one, is the one that I really gravitated towards the most because it performed really, really well, even though it was fresh. It's a fresh tobacco fragrance, which I love. Tobacco is a note that is usually part of a very heavy note composition that's dominated by really smoky, ambery qualities that you can only wear in the cold. I'm in the warmth over here and in Florida and for half the year in Canada, so I need something that can be worn in the fresher, lighter, warmer climates. I ended up going with the intense version because, duh, intense is better. I don't actually think that, but I got a really good deal on this, and I also found it in the 100 ml presentation, which I don't know if they make. I think it's only in the testers, but I was really happy to pick this up. It is a little more dense than the original Montebaco, but still light enough that I can wear it in the warmer weather, but I tend to reach for it in the evening time. Huge, huge compliment getter fragrance. Really, really happy to have it in my collection. And if you haven't seen my Ormond Jane videos, I have made a couple of them where I tested this around New Zealand and I talked about all the samples I got, so check that out if you haven't, because I already made it for you. All right, I am eager to see Dallas's number 2, so let's get right to it.
So my number 2 favorite pickup of 2018 is this one right here, Carner Barcelona Elborn. So this stuff, another one that I got a sample of and was blown away instantly. This is a very, very creamy, boozy vanilla scent. And it's just absolutely amazing. Again, it's one that it blew me away right away, and I had to get a bottle of it at some point. It took me probably a few months until I got a bottle of it, just because I really wasn't finding any good deals online. I didn't really want to pay retail, so it just took a lot of time of just looking around and waiting for something to pop up. And finally, a bottle popped up. I got this 100 ml, and it's basically full, so I'm really happy about that. finally glad to have it. Again, this is amazing stuff. If you like vanilla scents, if you like gourmand scents, I'm sure you'd love this one because it is absolutely amazing. It's very smooth, rich, warm, just awesome stuff. Performs pretty good. Doesn't project the best, but it does last a long time, so that's a nice thing. It does sit closer to the skin though, which kind of sucks, but not a huge deal. And so that is my number 2 favorite pickup, Carner Barcelona Elborn.
Ooh, nice choice, Dallas. You got good taste there, dude. It's interesting that you picked Elborn as one of your fragrances, because I was just in Melbourne, or as the Australians like to say, Melbourne. Write in the comments below if you pronounce it Melbourne, Melbourne, or Melbourne, because we've had a few conversations within the cast, and more specifically with my girlfriend, about which is correct. So, I don't know. What's the verdict, guys? And my number 1 purchase of 2018 should come to no surprise you for my people. This should be just no surprise. How does the saying go? This should come to no surprise. This shouldn't come as a surprise to any of you. Thank you, Leslie. That's why you're here, to teach me how to speak English. My number 1 purchase of 2018 is none other than Imitation Man by Amouage. This fragrance just completely surprised me because when I smelt it, I didn't even know it existed. I stumbled upon it at Harrods in London with Leslie, and I love the Amouage line. I have a ton of them, so I had to check it out. And this is the fragrance that Leslie and I kept coming back to. We're like, man, yeah, that Francis Kirkjohn smells good. Oh wow, that Bois de Sia Victorious fragrance smells crazy. Oh, that new Dior Privé line, that's nice. But nothing came close to this one. Imitation Man is a very unique fragrance, but it has easily become my signature scent. It is one that I always wear when I want to feel like $1,000,000. It has this really cool, leathery quality to it that is modern yet reminiscent of 30 years ago. Just a lovely, beautiful fragrance that I am so happy to have with me on this contract. Surprisingly, even though it is unique, it still gets a lot of compliments, guys. It's a fragrance that works, especially on me in the warm, cold weather. I like to wear it when it's a little more dressed up because I don't want to just wear it all the time because it'll lose its luster. But Imitation Man is phenomenal fragrance. Don't know if I can say it's my all-time favorite, all-time, but for this year, it has been, and it has been my number 1 purchase as well for 2018. All right, Dallas, this is my video, but you're my guest, so I'm gonna allow you to close this thing off. What is your number 1 purchase of 2018?
And my number 1 favorite pickup of the year is Creed Green Valley. So this one is pretty special for me ever since I first started collecting niche, and really ever since I first started collecting Creeds, because that's pretty much what I started out with. Ever since I found out about Green Valley, and that is discontinued and hard to find, it made me want it even more. And not only that, but the notes also looked really good. I like the story behind it and things like that. But unfortunately, it is pretty hard to find. I was actually able to pick up 2 bottles this year. The other one is back there on the shelf, 75 ml. But I was able to finally get my hands on it, and I am very happy. Finally have it. The smell is fantastic. In my opinion, this is what green Irish tweeds should smell like. It's just very grassy green, cooling, fresh. It really does smell like you're on like a golf course, and that's kind of what their story behind it was. It's really a shame that they discontinued it because it is absolutely amazing stuff. Perfect scent for spring and summer, and I'm probably going to do a review on it over in the spring and summer, even though it is discontinued and really not many people are going to be, buying it. I still would like to review it just because it's something that I want to have a review of it just, for myself. So yeah, that's my number 1, Green Valley. Glad to finally have it. Hopefully Creed brings this back. I would really hope that they do, because I think sometimes they do bring scents back, kind of like what they did with Royal Mayfair, where before they had, I forget what the scent was before it, and then they brought out Royal Mayfair, which smells pretty similar to it. So it'd be nice if they bring this back in one way or another. I'm not sure if they will, but it would be nice. So again, that's my 5 favorite pickups of this year. Again, big thank you to James for reaching out. Really glad that you included me in this. This was a lot of fun. So guys, I think that's where I wrap it up. Again, thank you again, James. If you want to check out my channel, just Chaos Fragrances, you can go check that out if you want. And that's it for me, guys. I will see you later.
And that is it. Dallas, thank you so much for your amazing choices. Thank you so much for being in this video. It truly was a pleasure and an honor. And maybe we can do it again sometime. Now this video has been extra special because not only has it been my opinion, I got my opinion, Dallas has his opinion, now you gotta get your own.
Oh, he needs some milk!
So guys, if you have some outstanding fragrance purchases from last year, or maybe even a couple from the beginning of this year, please let me know in the comments below. And if you want to watch other videos about some of the stuff I talked about in this video, click on them here and here and here and here. Go now, go, quickly.